happy as I'll ever be. To answer your question.
I mean, are you one of those types of people that needs like a countdown?
Nah, I'm just like, let's just go with it. Keep it natural.
Okay, you like to go in with guns blazing.
Pow, pow.
I like to be prepared a little bit.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
so
You gonna go or I'm gonna go?
you can go. You can go.
So remember I told you that
Well,
I had
first,
something to tell you.
she.
Oh, my bad.
My name is Jaquan,
And I'm Shantel.
and this is Marriage Uncensored. Now you can go into what you were about to say.
So you remember that I said that earlier?
I do remember.
So I was like cleaning the room and, moving stuff around, making the bed or whatever. And this buzzing sound starts going off, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I turn my head, and it's clearly like a phone vibrating. And I'm like, this fool got 2 damn phones. Because I didn't know that our guest's phone, because she has a son who has a phone now, but it has to be monitored.
Oh,
I had no idea
I'll place
that
it
it
up
was
there.
up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, that's the first thing I said was, this fool got 2 phones. But I wasn't thinking like you was being sneaky. I was just like, damn, his job done gave him a phone too? Like,
Nah,
what's
because
up?
that's how people get caught up when you get them job phones. But nah, I stepped on it this morning. I was like, what just happened? Because it didn't obviously feel like carpet. So I saw it and I just placed it on the Chester. I was like, well, let me get on up out of here because
Yeah, I sure was like, this fool got 2 phones, man.
that would have been the ultimate bust. But I'm not a cheater. Not
Okay.
anymore.
I was about to say, yeah.
That part of me is done. It's over.
Yeah, so I guess you guys can get an idea of what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, it's
Cheating.
Yeah, cheating, infidelity, unfaithful,
Whatever
untrustworthy,
you want to call
whatever
it.
you want to label it.
Loss of loyalty.
Yeah.
Loss of trust.
All
that.
It can happen to anybody. Hang on.
Just 1 second, y'all. Yeah.
So yeah, we're back.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep this as natural as possible. Sometimes our kids interrupt us when they're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, they're like
I mean, it's already damn near midnight, so yeah, that's where we're at. But anyway.
So yeah, whatever you guys want to label it, when it all boils down, yes, it is. It is definitely cheating. However,
I know they're thinking, did Jaquan cheat on Shantel?
Yes and no.
It's either yes or no, Jaquan. I don't know how there's a middle to that.
Since you obviously you want to be technical, yeah. So I was once upon a time I was an idiot, and
we ain't got to go into detail.
Yeah. No, I won't. I wasn't.
But
just know that any human is capable of performing said acts, and infidelity occurs whenever something is absence, something that the heart wants, something that the heart needs.
And that's just our opinion.
Like, just like the same way you cheat on the test. You cheat on the test because
you don't know the fucking
the absence of knowledge.
I know that's what I would do
so
if I had to. If I didn't know, some of us has been in college and we use Quizlet during those little quizzes that's online because a lot of school is online right now. So you know.
Yeah,
you're looking for something, you sure will find it.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens. It happens on both sides. man and woman, and
And not
unfortunately,
not one does it more than the other. It's not more men cheat than women.
yeah,
Cause it's definitely women out here that be out here too.
yeah, it's just it's so hard to deal with because one party is dealing with the feeling of betrayal, and then the other party is dealing with uh, guilt, and those two don't mix. Guilt and betrayal do not mix, or guilt and resentment do not mix at all. They are oil and water. Okay, uh, and they will literally tear you guys apart, or that's at least what they
That's
are
what that's what
instructed to do.
that's what it happened with us. I think. I think. I mean, honestly, I didn't find out about the guilt that you're referring to until really recently,
Hmm.
after I had already healed from everything.
So let me ask you
I
this then:
didn't find out about the guilt.
Do you feel like people can bounce back from multiple infidelity issues, or
Multiple?
well,
When
well,
you say multiple, how many you talking?
I said more than one,
Just more than one?
just more than one.
I don't need to be thinking like 15, because when I hear that,
No, at that point you probably
I just be
just
thinking about you know the stuff that I just be seeing. Like when you say
yeah,
multiple, that's what comes to mind. But if you say more than one,
yeah,
I mean,
like
it's one
two,
of those fool me once, shame on you.
yeah. Well,
You
let's
fool me
say two
twice.
two or three times.
Yeah, you know what I'm quoting.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it. Like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Uh,
So like the third time, you know,
at that point you probably
you just gotta.
gotta throw hands. At that point, I'm kidding. Don't. I don't. We don't condone domestic violence, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
cause
listen to me.
that's another subject.
Yeah, but
Um,
we just want to get
but
across.
but yeah. Did I answer the question?
Oh, no, 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 no. Go ahead, go ahead.
Did
So
I answer the question?
no,
What
I don't.
what
I
was
don't
the
think so.
question again?
What? How would you handle a situation where someone was had some infidelity issues with you, not just one time, but two or three max. We'll keep it at that. Two or three times max.
It would be very hard, like very hard to heal from, draining. You're saying how would I feel?
Can you? Yeah. Can you like
Like
explain like the process
the
from the
process is
moment it
like
happens and everything?
the process is like when it happened to me, because I've been cheated on outside of this relationship. You know, physically cheating, not even just emotional. And a baby was brought into the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so um it, especially when you're invested in a relationship, like fully invested, committed, like you're talking about having a future with this person. And even what makes it even worse is when that person was your friend first, you know?
Yeah.
Like that, because it's just betrayal. And then like the first thing that comes to mind is like, why? And then it's like, but why? What did I do to you, or what am I not doing?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought process, because like you said in the beginning, something is missing or absent, or you're trying to fill a void or something. And it's like, so you're starting, as the other party, you're like, what what am I not giving to you that you felt the need to do that?
To like go out and search and like
Yeah,
seek it.
like, and then it's like, and if there was something, why the fuck didn't you tell me? Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like, so then with that comes anger, and then the other person, like in most cases, like just from my experience, they don't want to talk about it, even though talking about it is good, is a good therapy and a good way to, you know, talking about it, writing about it, praying about it, that's a good way to work through that.
Mm-hmm.
But when the person who did it isn't really engaging in that with you, it's like, damn, do you not understand how the fuck I feel right now?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then comes the resentment, and you're just like, you start to absolutely like just despise that person, but at the same time, you know that like you love them and that was your friend, and you're back. It's like a never ending cycle almost. Um, I don't know
So
how else to really like. That's what it is. It's like a never-ending cycle, especially when it's just you fighting that battle internally because the person may not want to talk about it, or they just may not understand how you feel because it didn't happen to them. Or even if you try to be like, "Well, if I did this, then what would you do?" It just turns into an argument. Like it
yeah,
doesn't.
it will. Yeah,
There's no type of like. There's no progress with that.
yeah.
So it's very hurtful. It's saddening. It brings you all types of emotions, honestly, which lead to anger, and resentment.
I can speak for some males out there because I know there's, that one specific type of, male that will do it, and then will do it continuously to the next woman and the next woman and the next woman if that is the case, and won't have any kind of remorse whatsoever. But
And it's like with that, because I witness that all the time, where like I'll see a dude on Facebook or something, like like a classmate or whatever, and they'll have like one solid girl that's been around like like goddamn 5 to 10 years at this point because we're getting
mhm,
older, and it's like, but every 2 weeks you posting a picture with a different chick, you know, and then the main chick ain't even, she can't even see your Facebook, so that's why you're doing it
yeah.
to flex. I don't know. It That's something that I don't understand. Like, what void are they trying to fill at that point?
At that point,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
for the male, it's just okay. Now we're engaging into the spirit of competition. And that's all
what's
that
the
is.
competition with though? Like,
To show other guys that you
cause
can.
you know how people say that when females cheat, they're more sneaky. I don't ever see females like really like. I mean, they might do it now because I mean it's 2020. These people
Yeah,
out here wilding,
yeah.
but
Nowadays is whatever. It's
but
more
before
blatant.
it's like the females were a lot more like sneaky with that shit for real.
I wouldn't say sneaky. They
No,
were
they was sneaky
they.
because they wouldn't broadcasting it. Like, I mean, dude could be like right in front of other old dude's face, and that's what I mean by sneaky.
I like calculated.
Okay,
I like that word.
shit, that's still sneaky.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
can I make it seem like ain't nothing going on? You could call it calculating. I'm gonna call it sneaky.
it's very cerebral and and methodical. So yeah, yeah,
That's why they don't.
sneaky. Yeah,
That's why they don't get caught as much.
yeah,
If they out here doing it blatantly, they just don't give a fuck. In my opinion, they want the other person to see. Honestly,
yeah. Well, for those other guys out there like myself, uh, we kind of go through the similar stages, but I think the first couple of ones where you kind of like trying to figure it out, and then do I want to resent this person?
try to figure what out. What stages?
Like why did this happen?
Oh, why did you do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you're talking from the person
Who committed
Okay.
the infraction? So yeah,
Okay.
we're more like, okay, why do we do this? And of course, you know what guys say, I didn't want to hurt you. I ended up hurting you anyway. But
And I think that's so fucking stupid.
you different though.
No, I think it's stupid. So, what do you mean? Like, what are you referring to? Like, you don't know why you did. You don't know why you cheated. Like, what? Like, how does that not sound dumb? Like, I'm just saying.
When you say it like that, it can sound a
I
little.
said it exactly how you said it. So if I come to you and say that, you're not gonna think that shit is dumb as hell.
In the moment, in the heat of the moment, we don't know. We don't know. And while the act is being committed, we literally do not know. And then
So it just happens. It
yeah,
just falls on you, huh?
yeah, when you caught, then it's like, damn, like you
I will
really
I will never understand that, I guess, until I am a guy in another life.
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. It just does not.
I don't want to think about you with a penis, though. So
Don't. I said in another life. That's what I said.
it's still that puts a picture in my head. You being
I didn't
bald
say
headed with a
anything about
beard,
genitalia. Like, you did
but you
that.
said God, so
Anyways, I didn't say any of that.
yeah, we kind of go through like, damn, why did this happen? We know how it happened, but it's like, why did it happen? I didn't want to hurt her. I wanted to cheat in silence
But
and be
then, but
sneaky
then,
and
then where does this whole guilt thing come into play that you said?
the guilt comes from you hurting, like you said, your best friend. Not only is it your GF or your fiance or your wife, but it's initially your best friend that you end up doing that to. And when you realize the amount of hurt that you
So
did to
you
that
don't.
person,
So what you're saying is typically the guilt isn't from what you did, but how it affected the person.
oh no, the guilt is from what you did.
You sure?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
guilt is. I know for me, because I can't speak for everybody, but the guilt is 100% what I did,
Mm.
how the outcome went down, and who all was affected, emotionally, physically, financially, like whatever. Like I take it that far with the guilt, or at least I did. Now I'm in a much better space.
Hmm. Interesting.
But yeah, guys go through very similar stages. Now, what I want to ask you is, say hypothetically, you caught your significant other committing that infraction. Who do you correct? That's what I want to know. Who
Out of who?
your significant other, and then the person that they're being infidelis with. Who are you correcting first?
Listen, 19-year-old, 20-year-old me is correcting everybody. Everybody. Everybody can get these hands and everything else that I'm gonna pick up.
But who
But
makes the most sense to correct
but
now?
since I'm grown now, since I'm a grown ass woman, I correct the significant other.
Okay.
That's the correct answer. But 19, 20-year-old me, I'm knocking all that shit over.
So why do you think
Cause I
in this state, not when you was going through your knuck if you buck phase,
not knuck if you but
your wipe me down phase and all that. Why do you feel that it's important to not correct the the other person in the situation?
I don't know that person. That other person don't know me. They just looking at a piece of flesh, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying?
So you don't ever feel tempted to be like, oh, this person was married.
No, because I didn't do that when it happened with us. I didn't do that. I was just like, yo, what's up? What's going on? Like, I reached out to them. I was like, what's going on? Like let's be real grown about this shit. Like, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you've been knowing him longer than me. So what's up? But see, at that point, that person still didn't, it's a situational type of thing. Because that person didn't owe me no loyalty because y'all knew each other for years, right?
Right.
So it's like, it was just like, okay, let me just try and see if she gonna be warm about her shit. And then that's when the disrespect came. Cause she was being disrespectful. And that's the only time that I would ever, like, correct the other person if she flat out disrespects me. But at the end of the, like, in my face, like, like, basically showing me like, yeah, I did it, I don't care, then that's when I have a problem.
Okay. Because then
because it's just situational, because that person, even, that person may have been like trying to, because I've been in situations where dudes been trying to cheat on they chick with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a good person be like, okay, you with old girl, right? Like, get out my inbox.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of chick. You know? So that's why I was like, okay, so what's up? Like, what happened? Did he get at you? Like, that's literally what I said. Did he get at you? I didn't say, hey, quit messaging my man. Because how stupid I look. Who am I to tell her not to message you?
Yeah, you guys don't owe each other a damn thing. So
Like for guys, you gon' like you really think if you tell another man, don't message my wife, you don't think that's not like, ain't that gonna stroke his ego a little bit?
yeah, he's gonna be like, bruh, fuck you.
I'm gonna
Okay,
do it anyway because you mad.
yeah, I see. I'm under your skin. I have control. I got mind
Right.
control over you. So
Exactly. Yep. So
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
so what sense, that's the same thing. Like, what sense is it for me to correct that person? I need to correct my significant other because now that person is controlling my emotions at that point, and honestly, they ain't got nothing to do with why I'm upset.
So
They was just an object in the situation.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
the goals,
Because it could have been anybody.
the Scarlet Prize.
Yeah, it could have been anybody.
So for the listeners out there, how did you get yourself through our situation?
How did I get myself through it?
Yeah, how did you
Oh
get
my
yourself
God,
through
it
our
was a long
situation?
process because I tried like to talk about it with you, and we all know how that went. It was like it was an argument, not a disagreement. It was always an argument. Um, and honestly, it happened like 2013 up until what, 2016, but it wasn't like consistent. It wasn't a consistent thing.
Okay.
It was more so like around a certain time period. So it was like as I was healing from the first incident, something else would happen. And it's like you throwing salt and lemon juice in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's harder to heal from that when you're when the wound is being reopened.
So you were saying that you talked about it, or you tried to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
We all know how that went. It was very
Yeah, the source. Like,
yeah.
honestly, I believe you should work through those things with your significant other collectively. It can't be one-sided.
Right.
And because when it's one-sided, it's like pulling teeth. Like
It
wisdom
doesn't
teeth.
become
Like that shit is compacted. Like there's no way that you can work through that, and you're doing it by yourself. And you're wanting when if you're doing it by yourself when you're wanting to move forward with that person, it's like it's a excuse me, it's a dead end when you're still wanting to be with that person and you're by yourself. That defeats the purpose of being with that person. Because the whole purpose of this whole unity thing, marriage, whatever, is to work through stuff.
right. I agree.
But if only one person is working through something that both of you guys went through, that doesn't make sense.
No, you're right, and you can grow spiritually and emotionally tired.
You can become disconnected.
Absolutely.
Because if you remember, that's what I said a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm not connected to you right now. Like I'm completely disconnected. And even when I was saying it, I didn't know why. Because I mean, we like to play. Me and Quan like to play video games together. We were playing video games, eating food like we always do, laughing, and then I would just have these down moments where I'm just thinking about it because I haven't completely healed. And then Jaquan would be like, well, "How are you smiling one day?" And then the next day it's this, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm just still like I'm not healed from it. Like I don't know what answer you're looking for. You know, I can't explain it to you like that.
Yeah. The result of everything that she was going through because of my actions had really turned me into a very nasty person.
Yeah, because there was times too where I'd be like, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah, it really, and I was having a conversation earlier with a good friend of mine. I consider like a brother. And I let him know like I don't believe in hell. First and foremost, I believe that we are uh, currently living in a state of hell because certain emotions that we go through uh, constantly constantly like torment our soul. So I was dealing with guilt, and guilt is one of those emotions that will uh, cloud your judgment, and it will just completely tarnish whatever emotion you other emotion you may be feeling.
Mhm.
And it really led me down like a dark path.
And so while you're dealing with that, and I'm not aware of it, and that's why I was saying like that's something that has to be worked. Like infidelity is something that, like in a relationship, is something that the couple has to work through together.
Absolutely.
Because in the beginning, like when everything first happened, like I said, it was very one sided. I had no idea Jaquan was guilty. I just thought he just didn't care and didn't want to talk about it anymore. Because that's what type of feedback I was getting. But truthfully, he was being nasty and saying, I don't want to talk about it anymore because he was guilty. And it was just like salt was being thrown into my wound, salt was being thrown into his wound. So the person who does the act can be going through stuff too because they
Exactly.
made the mistake. And I mean, if you think about like a perfectionist and if something's not perfect, that really eats away at them. So that's a possibility too. And that's why it's important to like really work together and really talk about it and really not talk about it like the event.
Right.
Talk about your feelings.
Yeah. And if y'all can't do that like peacefully, then nothing's wrong with
Because
seeking
I think,
professional help.
yeah, I think in the beginning too, like I was so focused on the event itself, but I wasn't telling you like what exactly I was feeling. I was more so asking questions like why this, why that, what makes her so much better. I do
Right.
this, and this. You're so fucking dumb. you know,
Yeah, that's
and
typically how it goes.
that's not. I'm laughing because that's something that we're past, but that's not the way to go about it, to sit there and put each other down.
No.
It's not going to make anything better. It's not going to make the other person think about what they've done. It's just going to upset them even more cuz every emotion pretty much leads to anger.
Yeah. I tried to sit and think about like if the roles had been reversed in the situation and if Chantel had did it, my stomach was in knots. Like thinking about it. Like getting on a plane for the first time and hoping that everything goes smooth and you look out the window and you see like one of the flaps on the wing is like coming off like mid flight. That kind of stomach like knots in my stomach type of feeling. That's and I just was like, damn, like I did that to her on more than one occasion, probably more than three occasions, and I couldn't imagine how she felt or what she was going through up until I put myself in her shoes. And once I did that, I mean, unfortunately, I started dealing with more and more guilt because I felt like she was becoming someone that I turned her into being because of my past actions when we were newlyweds. But she was just at that point kind of protecting her energy and her mind and was also trying to figure out, her worthiness because when infidelity happens on any part, male or female, you question like, damn, am I worthy? Like, am I enough for this person? I thought I was complete. I thought I was the yang to their yin and so forth and so on. Sorry for that long pause there. I had to swallow. That shit. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. Worthiness goes, in out the window completely, and you just don't know things anymore. So I want to like personally challenge like guys that are like in serious relationships to when something happens, like try and put yourself in the other person's like shoes and try just try and see how they feel. And if you don't understand how they feel, it's okay to ask questions. Women,
And
it's okay for y'all to ask questions.
and it's okay for guys to express their emotions.
We're not just robots that want to fuck and eat sandwiches all day, even though that shit sounds like the good life, but we're not just solely here to reproduce. We're not these beings that lack emotion, period. You know, we need affirmation. We need that. Everybody needs it.
And and females, not females. I said I wasn't gonna say that no more. Ladies, if your man is expressing his emotions, don't put him down because of that. It's very healthy to do. That's part of this entire process. Like, we're not the only ones that are allowed to be sad and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I think that
Cause I think in the black community, like,
it's
you guys are automatically trained to like just bottle that stuff up. Even for black women, we're trained to just suck it up and just do what we gotta do.
it's like, oh, he cheating on you. Oh well, I mean, he made good money. Still,
Yeah, he providing for you. Yeah, like it's time to get out of that mentality.
Yeah, we gotta get out of that stigma. We gotta get out of that, y'all. We got
It's
to.
unhealthy. It's toxic, and you get hurt.
Yeah, that old shit probably worked for like your grandparents or great grandparents or whatnot, but this generation, our generation, and the ones that we're bringing up, these guys are like we're smart, and there's people are just gonna keep getting smarter and smarter as time goes on. So we gotta change that narrative. We really do. That's why I hate that saying. Damn, how that shit go? I forgot how how it went. I really forgot what I was about to say.
It's alright.
Oh man.
But yeah, this relationships, it's really a journey. It's not always gonna be peachy. Like, there's gonna be stuff that happens, disagreements, and you just gotta work through that shit. Like, if you really love somebody, you just gotta work through it.
Can you imagine, like, if everything was perfect between
That shit would
two
be
people?
fucking weird.
It'd be boring as fuck. It's like, oh, you like
I
egg
would,
sandwiches? I like egg sandwiches
it would
too.
drive me crazy. I'm
Come
like,
on.
like especially me because I like to see like the differences in people.
Mm.
Like, I love versatility, or not versatility, diversity. Y'all, I'm fucking tired. It's past midnight and shit. But anyways, yeah, diversity. I
Yeah.
love that shit. I always have since I was a little girl. So that would creep me the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a whole nother like conversation for another day. It's infidelity it's normal, especially like nowadays. Like our families would do such a great job. That's what they would say, but such a shitty job of trying to cover up their infidelous ways and keep things bottled up. Cheating has been going on.
I mean, y'all know
Yeah.
about them family scandals.
Y'all know that family friend that you call Uncle Andre or whatever been busting your auntie down and all that stuff.
Oh Lord.
Come on, y'all know. And then she's showing up or he's showing up to all the family functions with somebody different, and then he's still hitting old girl up or she's still hitting old dude up.
It be the ones in their 60s and 70s, I swear.
Right. Nothing has changed, man. We've just gotten smarter. Cheating is going to happen. All right, infidelity is gonna happen. It's
not always going to happen, but it can be worked through. It can be worked
there
through
you go.
because I don't want to
said.
wish
Better
that
said.
on nobody.
Better said.
It's definitely something that can be worked through.
Yeah, I like that.
With both people working through it together.
Absolutely, and that's what worked for us, man. We're still getting professional help and as well as individual help, and not to say that we're like in a bad spot or anything like that, but that's all it takes, man. Marriage it's all about being a unit, being a team, and working through that, man. But I'm all gassed out, man. So if
Wow, really?
yeah, for real,
All
I am.
right.
This this has been a good podcast here. This was a good topic today. But
Yeah, we appreciate, because we just launched last week, and we appreciate all the listens and all the feedback. And as you all know, we're like on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
yeah,
So if you guys could subscribe to us and leave a review. Um, and if you go to the Anchor app, you can leave us a voice message if you have a question or a topic we want us
or
to talk about.
or a compliment because
Yeah, even a compliment, because
we need affirmations. Let us
yeah,
know we doing a good job. Let us know if we're helping you and whoever else get through a certain situation.
but
I just want to say, stay safe out there, y'all.
and
We
make sure you're washing your cloth mask.
oh yeah, y'all wearing them hot ass, funky ass cloth mask, cloth mask that y'all done had y'all raw ass morning breath in all fucking day.
You really
Wash the,
going in right
yeah, I'm
now.
going off. Wash that shit, all right? Wash it. Don't just take it off in your car and throw it around your goddamn rearview mirror. No, take that shit in the house,
And throw it in the
throw it
laundry.
in the freaking laundry, y'all. Bunch of damn nasties.
Anyways, my name is Shantel,
And this is Jaquan, and you
and
guys are listening to Marriage
Uncensored.
Uncensored. Peace.